Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Global
Global Digital
Success
Success
Talk.
Talks.
Happy Monday, everyone, and happy blessed Tuesday for those who are on Tuesday. So today we have the following topic.
Our topic today is the confidence code, how to show up boldly online even when you are just starting out.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hello everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello everyone. Good morning. Happy Monday. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico and now living in North Carolina, USA. I am a wife, a mother, a former educational assistant, now a proud digital business owner, and a mentor.
Yeah, so we also want to remind everyone that every Tuesdays and every Thursdays we have our live webinars. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So our live webinars is every Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time, which is 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. So you can register for either one or for both. When you press the link to register, so we'll have two buttons, one for Tuesday and one for Thursday. The second link you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. So now you're probably wondering, so what is it that you're going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to find out how an online business plan works. And also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So if you want to catch last Thursday's live webinar before tomorrow's live webinar, here were the hosts and panelists for that day.
Okay, so last Thursday we had Tina as our host. She's a retired business development manager thanks to this business. So we also had Stephanie. She's a healthcare administrator and is in sales and also a marketing executive. Aviola is in research and development. Grace is also a retired nurse thanks to this business. Lisa is a retired teacher, doing her business full time. Ina is a stay at home mom. So running her business, she doesn't have to do a 9 to 5 anymore. And Corazon is a medical support assistant. So as you can see, we have people from different walks of life, different careers. So many already retired thanks to this business. If you want to learn more of how you too can start this business, don't forget to register on any of the websites you see on the screen.
Yes, thank you, Isabel. So if you're catching the replay, our replays has subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. All right, so there you go. So now you know what to do if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online. Okay, so let's dive into our topic for today.
Yes, the topic we'll be talking about today is the confidence code, how to show up boldly online even when you're just starting out.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So let's start with welcome you again to another episode of the Global Digital Success Talk. And also, like today we're going to be talking about this. So confidence isn't something you're born with. A lot of people think that we are born with confidence. No, you might be confident in some areas, but not on everything. So this is something that you build. And how you do that, well, that's what we're going to be talking today. But the good news is that you don't need years of experience to show up boldly on online. So let's break that code together. So that's our main topic for today. So today, we are unlocking the confidence code. How to show up online with courage, even when you're starting. Okay. So here's the truth: nobody feels 100% ready in the beginning. But the confidence isn't about knowing it all. It's about taking action, learning as you go, and showing up authentically. So that's how you build confidence. Um, like I mentioned, some people might be confident in some things, but not on everything. We all, in some area, we are unconfident. But the question is, how can you become confident on that? So that is, by taking action and learning as you go. So doing it, practicing, and then showing up authentically. So, here's a fun fact: a study by the International Journal of Behavioral Science found that 70% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point in their careers, meaning you are not alone in feeling I'm not enough. Okay. And like you mentioned, there's several ways that you might feel confident, but other areas that you're not. So you're not alone. We all have some area that we are not confident, and we have to build that confidence.
Mhm.
So that's how what we're going to talk about today, how to do that. So we're going to break that confidence code. So here are today's point.
So we are going to be talking about 3 points. The first one, take action before you feel ready. The second one, share value, not perfection. And the third one, anchor yourself in your why.
Thank you. Okay, so let's start breaking the code for with point number one.
Okay, point number one, take action before you feel ready. Confidence doesn't come first, action does. Every post, every video, or live you do is confidence rep. So, this is the thing, a lot of times we try to tell ourselves, I'm gonna wait till I'm ready. But are you actually gonna be ready just by waiting? Will the waiting time, get you to be ready? And the answer is no, right? You're not going to be ready because the only way you can't be ready is when you take action, when you actually experience. You have to go all in and live that moment so that you can have um, that confidence. Think of confidence like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And this is true, before when we started doing lives, before when we started recording our ads, all the things that we're doing today, we were truly nervous. We didn't know how to do it, but we decided to do it even with fear, even when we felt like our body was shutting down. We were doing it. Why? Because we wanted to get over that, and because that's the only way you're going to have that confidence is by actually facing that fear. So don't wait until you feel fearless. Start messy, start small, but start. And this is the best advice that we can give you. Um, a lot of times we want for everything to be perfect, like, oh, but I want it to be perfect. But perfection is not what we're looking for. We're looking for progression. And to get that progress, you need to start messy. You need to start, you're probably going to make mistakes at the beginning, but that's okay. Here's a study from the Harvard Business Review report that people who take consistent small actions build long term confidence faster than those who wait for the perfect time. So don't wait for the perfect time, because why would you want to wait for the perfect time? Um, most people believe confidence comes first, but in reality, it's the other way around. Confidence is a byproduct of action. So every time you post, go live, share voice, you're building what I call confidence, a repetitive, when you become very repetitive and do things, it becomes second nature because you're so used to doing it. And that's how you build that confidence. Just like, you know, anything that you do, when you started your job, you were nervous the first day because you didn't know how you were going to do the work that you had to do, but they gave you the training and then you learn how to do it. And now, you're good at it, right? You don't have to overthink that. So don't wait until you feel 100% ready or you feel fearless. The moment never comes. Start now. This is the best time. The truth is, clarity and confidence come through action, not before it. Each time you step forward, you start getting a little bit more confidence, and that fear starts to go away. So, that proves to your brain that you can handle more than you thought. This is something else I love about this business, is that I have proved to myself that I can do so many things that before seemed so impossible to me. And now I'm doing them. I'm learning new things. I'm facing new fears thanks to taking action. So, what's one small thing you can do today, even if it feels uncomfortable, that will count as your next confidence rep? Tell me one thing you will do today, that will make you feel uncomfortable, but yet is going to give you that confidence in time.
Thank you, Isabel. Yeah, so we are breaking the confidence code. So Isabel started with breaking the first one, which is take action before you feel ready. And then after that is point number two, share value, not perfection.
Mhm.
So let's talk about this one. So here's the secret: people aren't looking for perfect, okay? They're looking for real and relatable. And then we can see this more now, like in the past, a lot of the influencers were showing like real, and people were okay at the beginning with that, but then after that they realized, okay, that's not true. And that's when they started to all the influencers started to shift, you know and start showing up for real, who they really are. So that's why, because people relate to people that are authentic. They're not to people that are pretending to be someone they are not. So how do you do that? Well, you're gonna be able to share simple tips, lesson learns, or even struggles you have overcome, because well, we're going to be talking a little bit more about that. But when you're talking about struggles, people relate to that because they have been through the same thing. So when you share that, say, oh, I did the same mistake, or I went through the same thing as her. um, so the other one is focus on helping your audience, not on impressing them. Yes. So your focus is on serving, not showing off. So according to Sprout Social, 64% of consumers say they trust brands more when they are transparent and authentic online. So people are looking for transparency and authenticity nowadays. Okay, so let's dive into this topic more. So when we talk about here, share value, not perfection. So here's the truth: people don't connect with perfect; they connect with what's real. Okay, so perfection often feels like polished, scripted, or even intimidating. So we can see, like in the past, they use those apps to make, like slim and all muscle up, and when that was not true. Okay, so perfection often feels polished, scripted, or even intimidating. Okay, so but when you share value, your lessons, your stories, even your mistakes, you become relatable because we are all human. We all have our mistakes, we all have our journey, and people relate to that. People relate to those stories. People relate to the mistakes because they probably made the same mistakes as you know or they probably had the same lessons as you did from what happened to you, so that they can relate to you. And relatability build trust. Okay, So now let's break. How can you show value? Okay, so by giving practical value, we're thinking about your audience doesn't need you to be flawless. Okay, so what they need are simple, actionable insights that can help them in their own journey. So you're gonna be sharing tips that have worked for you, the strategies that you're learning, and even the struggles you overcome. So, for example, in our lives, we usually share. Um, the things that we made mistake at the beginning of our journey, so you guys don't do the same mistake. And we also provide tips. We also provide strategies, when it comes to creating content, how to connect with your audience. So those are the things that you want to provide value to your audience, and people appreciate that because they learn. When it comes to authenticity, build trust. Well, according to Sprout Social, 64% of consumers say they trust brands more when they are transparent and authentic online. What does that mean? Well, that means that showing up as yourself, even if everything isn't polished, is more powerful than trying to look perfect. And a good example of that is when we started our lives. We're not perfect. We actually were scared when we first started to do our lives. Every time that I was starting the live, my heart was palpitating so fast. And I and when I started as a group, I didn't know what to say. I was scared and I was just saying things, but we learn as we go, and that's part of the journey. So people will relate to that because you're not trying to be perfect, someone that you're not. So the other one, help, don't impress. So when your focus is on helping your audience instead of impressing them, you flip that script. Okay, so you're no longer performing, you're serving, and people can feel that. Okay, so the value you share becomes a bridge that draws them closer to you and your message. And when we are talking about this, we are talking about um, sometimes some people like to show off what they have, like and 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 that doesn't give value to your audience. Like, you really have to teach them, okay, how were you able to get to what you have? What were the things that you got? So you got to share your story, you got to share your journey, and that is powerful. Because yeah, you were able to get or have the things that you have today, because you have to go through a journey. But through the journey, you had failures, you had mistakes, you learn lessons, um, and you learn as you go. So those are the things that you have to show, not impressing. So you are here to serve people. So how can you serve people? Well, you can teach them, how you were able to be where you are today. So that's what you want to show to them. Now, what are some takeaway for your audience? So don't wait until everything looks perfect before you show up. You just gotta do it, and learn as you go. And share what you know and where you are, with intention of helping others. Okay. So that authenticity will inspire far more than perfection ever could. So that's the message for this point that I was sharing with you guys. So this is the code, the second code for the confidence code. So now let's see the third point for the confidence code.
Okay, so now you want to anchor yourself in your why. When nerves hit, come back to your why. Ask, who am I here to help? What difference do I want to make? And that's, really what you need is your why, because we all have a strong why of why we start something. So every time you feel like you're getting lost or you're not really connecting to your purpose, then always remember your why. Confidence grows when you focus on service, not self-doubt. So every time you show up, you plant seed of trust and impact. And that's what you want to do, plant that seed every time you go live, every time you post something, every time you show up, you're planting that seed of trust and impact with your audience. So that's what you want to do. A research shows that people who connect their work to a bigger purpose are 42% more resilient and more consistent in showing up. So, you know, that just goes to show you. But nerves are going to hit every now and then, right? Because they just will. It doesn't matter if you've been doing what you've been doing for a while. Every now and then the nerves are going to hit. And when you're trying to do something different, when you're trying to do something new, especially, you're going to feel that. The fastest way to recenter yourself is by going back to your why. Always keep your why close to you, because that's what's going to fuel everything for you to keep going. So always ask, yourself questions, simple questions to ground yourself again. It's like, okay, why did I start? What is the purpose? Like, who can I help? How can I help? What difference can I make? And that will get you back to your to your why. When your focus shifts from how do I look, or what if I mess up, to who needs this message right now, your energy completely changes. So confidence grows when it's rooted in your service, not on your self doubt. And every time you show up, even if it's imperfect, because we're not looking for perfection. Nobody that starts doing something new is going to be perfect. Like, you see all these great leaders, all these people, that a lot of us look up to. They didn't start by being perfect. They didn't start, the way they show up now. They started imperfect. A lot of times they had to restart, they had to change the idea that they had to do so many things, but they did it. They didn't wait to look perfect or to sound perfect. So when you're planting a seed of trust, inspiration, and impact in someone else's life, and that's what we're trying to do every day. When we show up, we're doing that. We're planting seeds of trust, inspiration, and impact in someone else's life. Like, people that see us, that resonate with us, that are going through the same things, or that some of our story resonates or is similar to theirs, that they're gonna feel inspired. And that's worth more than waiting until you feel ready or until you feel perfect. So here's the question for you today. What's your personal why? The reason you want to show up and make an impact online every day, or make an impact in your life. Like, why is your why do you wake up every day? Like, what is that one thing that inspires you, that fires you up, and you say, okay, I'm gonna go get everything today? Because you have a reason, you have a why. And that's, the thing that you have to really go back to every time, when you maybe feel like in doubt, when you feel fear, when you feel like you're not inspired. Go back to your why, and that's going to keep you going. So we all have one. What is your why? Why do you get up every morning inspired, full of energy, and ready to go get everything?
Yeah, thank you, Sabel. Okay, so now we have breaking the code, the confidence code. So let's talk about the key takeaways. So for the key takeaway, remember, confidence is built in the doing. So you have to take action to be able to build that confidence,
Mhm.
and practice. So the more you do it, the more you build that confidence. And the second one is start before you feel ready. Focus on serving and anchor yourself in your why. So yeah. So don't wait to think, oh, I'm gonna wait until I feel ready. No, you're never gonna feel ready if you don't take action. So you gotta take action, and then practice as you go, and that's how your confidence will start building. And then focus on serving, focus on helping others. And then lastly, Isabel just mentioned, anchor yourself in your why you're doing what you're doing. and that is going to help you to build that confidence. That's how you crack the confidence code. So yes, so that's our key takeaway for today. And we have arrived to the end of our lives. So we hope so that you got inspired with what we shared today. And then you can use those tips to how to build that confidence, because sometimes, we are afraid to take that step because we don't feel confidence. But that's the only way you're going to feel confidence, by doing it and taking action. And just practice, 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 that's how you become better.
Yeah.
Um, so, want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. So we have a comment here from Ophelia. She say, hello, ladies, watching from Houston, Texas. Hi, Ophelia. Thank you
Hello,
for
Ophelia.
watching. Thank you for your comment. Um, so let's, we also have like heart emojis from Ophelia Makamit, a new Kuwait Bit or Bite, Patsy Won. So thank you so much for your heart emojis. We'll have
Thank you.
for a care emoji from Jadia J. So thank you so much for all your emojis, and thank you for watching the live with us today. Um, so if you want to learn more about this online business opportunity, here are three ways that you can do that. So you can either put in the comments more info, or you can send us a private message, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Or you can register directly into our websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. The first one is to register for the live webinar. So that one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday, one for Thursday. So you can register for either one or for both. Our live webinars is every Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time, which is 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So we will have one tomorrow. So if you want to catch the replay from last Thursdays before tomorrow's live webinar, you can catch that when you register into our website. So because the second link that you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So you can watch it at the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, so what is it that we're going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, we're going to find out how our online business plan works, and also, you have the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So, like I mentioned, if you want to catch last Thursday's replay before tomorrow's live webinar, here were the hosts and panelists for that day.
Okay, so last Thursday we had Tina as our host. She's a retired business development manager thanks to this business. Stephanie is in healthcare administrator and is in sales and also a marketing executive. Diola is in research and development. We also had Grace. Grace is a retired nurse thanks to this business. Lisa is a retired teacher, so running her business full time. And Aina is a stay at home mom, also running her business full time. And Corazon is a medical support assistant. So as you can see, we have, people from different countries, different cultures, different backgrounds running this business. This business is, really easy, and anybody that wants to start, that they can start thanks to our step-by-step training. If you want to learn more, don't forget to register on any of the websites you see on the screen.
Thank you, Sabel. Yeah, so if you're catching the replay before tomorrow's live webinar, our replays have subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So there you go. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is either put in the comments more info, send us a private message, or register directly into our website. So if you guys are watching us from Facebook and you guys are not following us on our Facebook business page, you can follow us up here on the top to get to know us a little bit more who we are and what type of content we put in our pages and more information about the business. Um, so if you're watching us from YouTube and you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can subscribe to our channel. So that way you get notified and press that notification bell to get notified when we put new content and when we are going live. So that way you keep learning more about this online business opportunity. And when you feel ready, we'll be happy here to guide you along the way as mentors. And also you have an entire global online community for support. So you're never alone on this journey. So that's the beauty of it. Okay, so let's find out what is our topic for next Monday.
Okay, next Monday, we're going to be talking about scaling smart, how to grow your business without sacrificing your life.
Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about that. Uh, so that's the end of our life. So until then, keep showing up, keep growing, and keep leading boldly. So thank you again for being here with us today. So we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Monday for those who are on Monday, and a happy and blessed Tuesday for those who are on Tuesday, and a happy and blessed week ahead for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us, and until the next episode of the Global
Global, digital, success
Success
talks.
Talks.
See you guys. Have a great week.
Yes, thank you everyone. God bless you all.